communication comes into the very friend that he was talking to the dog at 8:49 and 35 seconds, just 35 seconds later, and he doesn't answer it. He never answers another thing forever and ever. And on top of that, Maggie's phone locks at 8:49 and 31 seconds, around that same time, and she never answers another text, never sends another text, never makes another phone call, never receives another phone call. 3 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. 3 minutes after a video shows he's at the scene with the victims, and he told everybody he was never there. Never there. Credibility, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, so what did Alex say on the stand when he was down there with the chicken and Paul and Maggie, right? He said he was down there on the golf cart, and then he left. Okay, so all this kind of makes sense about how he left. He probably either gave Maggie a ride to the hangar, or she walked along the side of the golf cart as he kind of drove it slow, talked to her. She went in the hangar, and he goes back to the house. Now let's do the timing of that. Timing is important. Golf carts do about 12 miles per hour, and it is 1,100 yards, give or take. 1,100 yards. That's what Creighton said. 1,100 yards from the hangar to the house. And a golf cart driving 12 miles an hour with its headlights on, 1,100 yards, takes 3 minutes, 13 seconds. Okay? 3 minutes, 13 seconds. That puts Alec at 8:48:08. Okay? Now, these goddamn bugs. Now, that was from the time, 8:48:08, that was from the time of, from the kennel video, which we know he didn't leave right after the kennel video. He got down there, he took the chicken out, he talked to Maggie, sits on the Paul, and he's like, I'm out of here. He was there, not very long. So let's just say, let's add another minute to that. Well, that puts it at 8:49:08, right when Paul, when we're talking, give or take a couple seconds here, that's right when Paul puts his phone away. But Alec is 1,100 yards away. Now let's say they had a spotter, maybe they had a walkie-talkie. Alec's in the house. He's in the house. Okay, now you're coming from the woods. You've got the guns. You've already stolen them on Friday night or Saturday. So you've got the guns from the weekend prior, and it's Monday. And now I want you to watch this quick video. This is how long it takes to get from the woods to the dog kennel. Okay, so they come out of the woods. Takes 22 seconds. They see Paul standing there texting on his phone outside the feed room. And they're not going to come out because Paul's going to see them come out of the woods. So he gets that text, he reads it, he doesn't do anything to respond to it, and he locks his phone, puts it in his back pocket, and he walks into the feed room. That's 8:49:01. If they leave right after that, we're going to take a couple of seconds, 1 or 2 or 3 seconds, but let's just say, let's add it right now. It's 22 seconds. Now you're at 8:49:01. Add 22 seconds. You're at 8:49:23. Okay? Maggie's phone locks at 8:49:31. So you've got 8 seconds. That's it. 8 seconds. They go into the feed room. The other person takes a 300 blackout. They don't even think Maggie's there. They take the 300 blackout and they go over by the hangar, but over by the dog kennel or the dog house that faces towards the house. So they're going to look for Alec if headlights start coming down, or Maggie, or both. That's what happens. So 8 seconds. That's it. Paul gets shot one time. Second time, Maggie locks her phone at 8:49:31 because she was on her phone, right? She takes off running out of the hangar. She dies 6 seconds later because it takes 12 steps, 30 feet. She dies right there. Whoever shot her had to be right there at that spot because she had stippling on her. So we're talking about 8 seconds time-wise. And then we add another, let's call it 5 to 6. So you're at 8. You're at 9, 10, you're 13, 14 seconds. But remember, I said it wasn't exactly 8:49:01 that they all of a sudden took off and 22 seconds later. So let's add a couple of seconds. So it's 13, 14 seconds. Let's say it's 10 seconds. As I stated in my book, it is impossible for a 6'4", bad knees, on opioids, 300-plus pound guy, according to Kitty Kenzie, shot him in the chest first, probably startled him because he kept walking. So according to Kitty Kenzie and the Attorney General, the shooter goes in the doorway behind Paul and shoots Paul with the back of the head. But that same shooter, according to the state, had to be Alec. Remember what I said? 8 seconds, maybe 10. 8 seconds. So shoot one. Boom. Oh my God, he's coming back out. Let me get in. I got to walk through the door, turn around, boom. Now I've got to drop my gun, and I've got to go pick up 300 blackout wherever I left it, and then I've got to run 30 feet to go get to Maggie. Well, by the time I've said that, Maggie's already dead. That's how fast that happened. Why? Because there was 2 shooters. One for Paul, one for Maggie. There's no other explanation. I challenge Kenny Kinsey. I challenge any crime scene from the state of South Carolina, criminals. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. It's somebody from the FBI. Let's go through this together. This is how it happened, timeline, according to the prosecution. I'm not making up my own timeline. I'm getting this from Craig Waters. So that's what happened, folks. Alec was in the house. They took 22 seconds. They got there. It all happened within seconds. And there's absolutely zero way, zero, less than zero chance that Alec could have done all that and been to the spot where Maggie was at the time when her phone locked. Can't be? Go ahead. Feel free to go through my numbers, challenge me, and tell me I'm wrong with facts. See you. Grab it, Cascout, and Maggie and Paul, please rest in peace.